Hi, welcome back. My name is Jayashree, and if you have ever wondered what the different terms such as CX, UX, UI, IXD, motion design, product design, if you have ever wondered what those different terms are and how they are different from each other, or are they even similar, this video is for you. By the end of this video, you would have a clear understanding on what these different terminologies, what these different acronyms mean, what they stand for, if they are different or if they are similar, are they even overlapping each other? So watch till the end. Let's start. Let's start with CX, that's the customer experience. So customer experience basically defines the experience that the customer has with the brand. It's as simple as that and as wide as that. Now, for example, let's consider Amazon, and we would be using this example throughout. So Amazon as a brand has multiple different products. They have their website. They even have different websites for different regions. They have their mobile apps. They have their shipping and packaging services. They have their delivery services, and new things are being added. So customer experience with the point of view of Amazon would be the time a user discovers that there is something called Amazon, which nowadays happens like really early. Kids nowadays, start using Amazon. So it starts from the time a person discovers that there is an Amazon. And this can happen through a digital ad. This can happen through a banner ad that they see somewhere on the platform, or it can happen through a referral or a word of mouth. So it starts from there and it spans the entire journey of them interacting with the brand, making a purchase, receiving the product or delivery, leaving a review, or maybe even contacting the customer support agent for refunds and stuff. So it spans the entirety of the customer's journey throughout their life cycle with a particular brand. And now, since this has such a large scope, it has a number of teams that are responsible for this customer experience. So it's not just the product teams or not just the UX folks teams who are responsible for this, but it also includes the legal, the marketing, the branding, the IT and support staff, the leadership and the CXO. So it basically is the entirety of the company, and they are working together to make sure that the customer experience of people who are interacting with Amazon is fantastic. So that's CX for you. And one of a very helpful design asset that us designers can create to help the teams visualize this customer experience is a journey map. Now, if you can create journey maps that help visualize the entirety of this flow. It would help the teams identify where the points of delight are, where the points of friction are, where the points of opportunities and problem areas lie. So journey maps, really good design asset to create at this stage. The second terminology is UX. Now, UX basically stands for user experience. And taking the example of Amazon again, while customer experience or the CX span the entirety of the user's experience with the brand, UX, that's the user experience, spans the experience that a person has with a particular product, with each individual product. So, for example, with Amazon, the UX of their mobile app is different. The UX of their website is different. The user experience of their maybe support and that whole staffing process may be different too. So user experience, typically the span is a product wide. To help you visualize this, think of customer experience as a large circle, and then user experience is like a circle that's inside it. So user experience is all about making sure that the product is easy to use, it's enjoyable to use, and it focuses on the different use cases or the different jobs to be done that a customer uses that product for. So product teams, there are usually different product teams that are assigned for each of these products. And it is the job of those teams to make sure that all the jobs to be done for which a user seeks out that product are easily done. The product is usable, it's accessible, it's delightful to use. The team that is primarily responsible for UX is the product team. Now, when I say product team, that includes the product manager, the engineering team, the UX designer, and the content designer. So I'm going to be interchanging the UX designer and the product designer, because some companies use the term UX designers, whereas some companies use the term product designers. But this is their squad. They would also have a research partner if they have a separate research team, or the product designers would go ahead and conduct the research. So some of the primary tasks, and in fact there are a lot of them. So some of the primary tasks that the designers would do at the level of UX is, think of it as more of the double diamond process, right? So maybe it starts with the research, maybe user interviews to see what users want, where are the pain points, then get them back to the design board, have lots of workshops with the product teams to see what problem statements we want to solve. Then do some explorations, create wireframes, maybe some usability testing at this point, create hypotheses, and see if users resonate with the ideations and the product features that people want to design for. Then it continues into high fidelity wireframes, prototypes, mock-ups, validation research with the actual users. And then once the designs are handed over to the engineering teams, and once they are done coding, the UX designers would come back again and do like a bug bash sort of testing to see everything is working well. And then once the product is released and once the code goes into production, the UX designers are also responsible for measuring how things are working, for looking at the events, looking at the actions users are taking to identify pain points, maybe do plenty of research as well, and bring all those learnings back onto the design board. So think of UX as like the entirety of the double diamond process that folks are used to, and this is where all that magic happens. UX is usually measured in usability scores, maybe in accessibility, in user satisfaction, and all those product level features or product level measurement criteria. Now comes the UI, that is the user interface. So if you have pictured CX as a circle and there's like a small circle inside it called as UX, now UI and IXD, that is the interaction design, would be two small circles inside those as well. So all these are like concentric circles, one inside the other. Now UI, that is the user interface, and the IXD, that is the interaction design, go into the visual layer of it. So now we are at the point in time where we are defining how Amazon would look. What fonts would they use? What color themes would they use? How would the buttons interact? How would the empty states look like? And how would maybe what happens once a person hovers on the product image? The image zooms out. So all these interactions and all this visual language encompasses the UI and the IXD. And this is, I think, one of the most favorite stages of all designers, including me. And this is where we get to create those beautiful, delightful experiences. And the teams primarily involved in this stage are the product designers, and if they have any, motion designers, they include them as well. Design assets at this stage are mood boards, typography, maybe the color schemes, the layouts, like the components, like the buttons, the input fields and everything. So everything visual that you see on the screen is falling into this phase of user UI and the IXD. So as you can see, all these terms are basically interrelated. They are even a subset of each other in a way. And it's good to have an overall idea of what these are and what these do. But if you really want to get into maybe say UX design, and if you want to be like a kick-ass UX designer, I would say uh, instead of falling into this whole world of acronyms, um, start thinking of the customer's journey through 4 different stages. And even though this is a little bit of out of scope of what the product of what the video initially meant to show you, but just a food for thought, maybe take it and see where it goes. So think of the product experience in 4 different stages. And again, these 4 stages are very similar to those 4 concentric circles that we saw. But looking at it from this point of view, we will help you identify what skills to develop at each stage. And it is very important for you to grow in your UX design career, to broaden your scope, and try to encompass all the skills that the next level of or the next circle requires. So this will help you move faster in your career ladder. So even if you're starting at the very smallest circle of maybe interaction design, motion design, or UI design, if you are able to master your craft and think of the next circle and start building that skill set to get into UX, then maybe start building that skill set to get into CX. That will help you move faster in your career. So for that, let's think of the whole journey in 4 different circles again. And I'm going to start with the outermost circle. These are very similar to what we saw before. And I will just highlight what those 4 circles are and what skills you would need or what things you need to think about in each of these circles. So the first and the outermost circle is the relationship level circle. This is very similar to what CX, the customer experience, is. So at this point in time, this circle will encompass all the touch points that the user has with the brand. And to be able to think at this level, you need to get out of your world of UX and start thinking about how does the user interact with your marketing stuff? How does the user interact with their email campaigns? How does the user interact? What is the experience of a user when they are contacting a support agent? How is the experience when they want to maybe cancel their subscription or ask for a refund, or these small or maybe how is the experience when a person refers somebody else? So all these things, they fall out of the UX scope, but it would really help in your career if you can think in these broader terms and have a shared language that you can talk to with the other teams, with the marketing teams, with the branding teams, with the legal teams even. So the next circle where we had the UX circle, now think of that circle as a product level experience. Again, it's very similar to UX, and here you would think about for each product, like for example, if there are 3 products that a customer uses in your company, how each of these experiences are playing out for that particular user. And throughout my experience working in enterprises, one thing I have realized is if you are someone who is able to connect experiences between products, and if you are able to think of ideas in which you can cross sell one product to another, that would be a huge value add for you. So instead of limiting yourself to one product that you're assigned to, maybe see if you can broaden your scope and look at different products and see how they can play within themselves. See if you can find opportunities to upsell or find opportunities to maybe even move people from one to another seamlessly. The next circle, that is after the product circle, is the journey level experience. And in this journey level experience, think of it like, even for example, to clearly understand what a journey level experience is, let's take the example of Amazon. So people come to Amazon for various reasons, right? They could be buying a book, they could be coming to maybe to redeem a gift card, they could be coming in to see where their order status is, they could be coming in to maybe even request a refund or update their Prime account so that they can continue watching Prime videos. So these are very different use cases, and these are very different user journeys that people will take within the same product. Now, in this circle of journey level experience, think of again, journey maps are like really good here. Think of the end to end experience, right from a person starts with point A and the ends at point B. So, what is that journey level experience looks like? So, try to think of those, and when you are thinking of those, try to identify pain points or points of frustration that the user faces, and see if you can elevate them a little bit through experience, through product features, through even smart copy even. I have seen I have seen products with considerable amount of wait times or maybe loading times, make it a delightful experience just using the copy or the text that a person sees when they are looking at that empty state. So do not underestimate the power of smaller things, but see if you can just elevate that experience on a journey level. The next level of experience is again is the interaction level experience, and this is where the IXD comes in. So even just so this is the place where you find those points in which you can add delight. Maybe once the payment happens, what happens? How are you showing those payment successful states? How are you showing the state when your order is placed and your food is arriving? So those small bits of delight will set your brand apart, and do not underestimate the power again of these smaller delightful experiences. Swiggy is Swiggy because of the delight that a person experiences when using their app. Yep, I hope this video has been helpful, and I hope those terms are no longer confusing to you. If you have any questions, please leave them as comments and I'll try to answer them as quickly as I can. And until next time, bye bye.